CATIA V5, this will be regarding filter. So this will be a follow-up of my previous video where we have seen how we can convert STL files to ASCII files. And afterwards I have also changed the colors. So we're gonna see that video as well over here. Now the case study will be the same. So this will be the BMW manifold. And let's take a look at filtering. I have over here the point cloud that hasn't been sampled, so this is 100% of it. And over here this has been sampled just within the viewport to be set at 10%. I can also rename this as sampled 10% so that I know how much that has been sampled. I will now copy the original point cloud, so I'll just press Ctrl C, Ctrl V to have that paste. We're gonna see that this one has disappeared over here and the new point cloud was added over here. This is just regarding the chronological operation, so we are currently within CATIA at this point. The sampled model will only be created later. In order to have both of those displayed, I can just go over here on the last one and define in work object. Now that will also appear. And this additional point cloud, I will just have it moved. And we're going to take a look at how we can sample this. I will now move this on the following axis, so I'll just zoom in order to better work with it. So the filter function, not the remote, the filter, the one on top, will have multiple types. So the first filter will be homogeneous. If I will just click over here, we're going to see the following circle with a radius of, in this case, 10 millimeters appearing within the screen. And if I will click like this, apply, the software within that circle will only maintain, we're going to see over here the total number of vertices. So we see how few points have been made over there. So this is set to the radius of 10. We're going to see that in this case the remaining points will only be 5,000 out of a lot of points. If I will click close and I will check the total number of points, we're going to see that this will be close to 2 million. So yeah, that will filter a lot if I will go with a value like that. If I will go with a value of 1 millimeter and hit apply, we're going to see the total number of points will be, in this case, so somewhere close to 25% of the original. And we're going to see how the model will look. This is using the homogeneous filter type. And if I will go with adaptive, the software will actually keep more points within areas that are not flat. So let's just see the difference. This is with the homogeneous. If I will go with adaptive of 0.1, hit apply, we're going to see the total number will be only 5% of the original sample size, but we're going to have a lot of details over here maintained. So if I will just zoom out, we're going to see how that will look within the outline. With a homogeneous of 1, even though we're going to keep 25% of the original points, we're going to see how that will look different. So many more points are kept within flat section of the parts where we don't actually need those details. So if I will go with adaptive of 0.1, it could look like this. If I will increase the value with adaptive, I will see that the total number of points will decrease. So if I will go with 0.05, this should give us 11%. And a value of 0.01, this will give us a total number of points of 47% over here. Now, usually a good value for adaptive, let's say, would be around 0.1, but this is also highly, let's say, influenced by the model and the total number of points, also the size, because if you have a small item, like a coin, for example, has been 3D scanned, we will need to adjust the adaptive value. Even though for a coin we're going to have a lot of flat elements and only some emboss aspects. We can also go over here for physical remove. That will also clean the mesh, because otherwise the filter will just have those filtered over here. So if I will click apply, we're going to see that this point cloud, we're going to receive the following notification. So you have chosen to delete physically the filtered points. This option optimizes memory but cannot be undone. So keep that in mind, there is no undo once you have decided to go for the output, for the physical removal. This is why it's usually a good idea to have the original point cloud saved over here, and usually if you're just going to hide that, it will no longer be loaded, so the resources will not be used on that. Okay, so overall this was regarding filtering. We have seen that there are not many options over here. So we're going to have the first type of filter, the second one, adaptive, which in most cases is the best. We're going to have the statistics information. We're going to see an output of the total number of points and how many of those have been filtered. And over here, we're going to have the physical removal. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I will position a similar video over here on the left side. I will also add a subscribe button to the right. Okay, and if you enjoy this kind of content, consider to support me. You're going to find a link in the video description on Buy Me a Coffee. So that's it. Thanks for watching.